What does it mean when an IRS special agent wants to interview your bookkeeper or your accountant? What should a business owner do or not do in that situation? If an IRS special agent wants to interview your bookkeeper, your payroll clerk, your office manager, your controller, your outside accountant, an original tax preparer, whatever you do not assume it's just another audit step. IRS Criminal Investigation, commonly called IRS-CI, doesn't interview people simply to organize paperwork. By the time a special agent contacts your bookkeeper, the government may already have your tax returns, your bank records, your merchant processor data, your payroll filings, and your accounting records. Now they're looking for something else. They're looking for a witness for the prosecution. Hi, I'm David W. Klasing. I'm a dual-licensed tax attorney and CPA, and for more than 25 years now, my team and I have represented business owners, professionals, and companies facing IRS criminal investigation, high-risk civil audits, and criminal tax defense matters. At present, we have 23 offices in 11 states to assist you nationally and internationally with these types of issues. Today I'm going to explain why IRS even wants to interview a bookkeeper, an accountant. What the special agents are really trying to learn here. And more importantly, what business owners should and should not do if this is happening. Especially if the IRS has contacted anybody that's connected to your finances in any way. So why does the bookkeeper matter here? Your bookkeeper occupies a unique position. They often sit at the intersection between your business operations and the ultimate filing of your tax return. They may know how deposits were categorized, whether cash receipts, some of them or all of them, were recorded, who prepared the accounting entries, whether you ultimately paid payroll taxes, whether you forced them to book personal expenses as business deductions, and whether the records ultimately provided to your CPA, EA, or tax preparer were complete. To IRS-CI, the bookkeeper is the one person who can explain how the numbers became a tax return. So what are the special agents looking for? One word: willfulness. Criminal cases are not built simply by proving that a tax return was incorrect. The government must establish beyond a reasonable doubt that the taxpayer they're trying to prosecute acted willfully. That's why special agents ask questions like, who prepared the books? Who changed these entries right here? Who reviewed this particular report? Who knew that certain income items were omitted? Who instructed that these personal expenses should be claimed as business expenses? Who came in and requested that records should be changed or withheld? Sometimes a single answer can help explain an innocent mistake. Other times, an answer becomes powerful evidence of your criminal tax intent. The bottom line, the bookkeeper can help or hurt your case. Many taxpayers assume that a bookkeeper will automatically support them. That assumption is flat out dangerous. A credible bookkeeper can confirm that certain discrepancies resulted from software problems, timing differences, or incomplete information. But the same witness may also testify that they repeatedly requested missing bank statements, questioned unusual entries, or warned the owner about potentially unreported income. The bottom line is that the interview can strengthen either side of this case, defense or prosecution. That's why the interview should never be ignored. Well, if you get anything else out of this video, never attempt to coach the witness. One of the worst mistakes an investigated taxpayer can make is attempting to manage the witnesses that are being approached. Never tell the bookkeeper what to say. Never suggest a story that's helpful to you. Never ask them to delete emails, to alter QuickBooks, to recreate invoices, to destroy accounting records, or discourage truthful cooperation. With a lawful criminal tax investigation, these actions can create new problems for you, including separate charges of obstruction, false statements, or witness tampering. Even an attorney can be prosecuted for those crimes. A difficult tax case should never become a criminal obstruction case. Whatever you do, don't assume that your CPA, your bookkeeper, or your tax preparer has the same interests in a case as you do. Many business owners believe that their CPA, their bookkeeper, or their preparer will naturally protect them. I can tell you from experience, criminal tax investigations change relationships. If the professional who prepared the returns received incomplete records or participated in the accounting process themselves, they're going to have their own concerns about professional licensing or potential criminal tax exposure themselves. Government's looking at a fraudulent return. Did the preparer aid and abet income tax evasion? Their interests are not ordinarily going to align with yours. This doesn't mean you're automatically going to become adversaries, but it does mean that everybody's legal position must be evaluated independently. They're probably going to go get their own counsel. Attorney-client privilege and work product privilege are critical in your defense. Many taxpayers are surprised to learn that conversations with their bookkeeper, their accountants, their tax preparers do not receive the same protections as communications with your attorney. This is especially true in criminal tax matters. That distinction becomes critical once IRS-CI becomes involved. Before anybody begins turning over records or explaining records, a privileged sensitive review should determine who's the investigative target here, what records actually exist, and what strategies best protect the investigated taxpayer's rights. Whatever you do, let specially trained criminal tax defense counsel build the defense strategy. Again, the first goal here is not to try and control witnesses. That's a problem. It's basically to understand the investigation. Are you a target, a witness, or a subject? Experienced counsel is going to come in and evaluate the tax years that are potentially involved, the tax returns that are potentially at issue, the accounting records at issue. They're going to look closely at the government's requests for information. They're going to try and parallel the investigation to determine whether other witnesses have been contacted. Ultimately, your defense counsel wants to determine whether your matter appears to be civil or criminal. Only then can an informed defense strategy be developed. Trying to explain things before you understand the government's theory of the case often creates more problems than it solves. So in closing, if an IRS special agent has contacted your bookkeeper, your accountant, your payroll clerk, your office manager, or the original tax preparer, don't assume that interview is routine. At the tax law offices of David W. Klasing, our dual license attorneys and CPAs routinely evaluate IRS civil investigations through both a civil and criminal tax defense lens. We analyze accounting records, tax returns, bank activity, payroll files, merchant processor reports, government contacts, and witness issues, trying to determine whether your matter can ultimately return to just a straight civil tax controversy, or whether it requires an immediate criminal tax defense strategy. Call 1-800-681-1295 or visit Klasing-associates.com to schedule a confidential, reduced-rate initial consultation today. Because when the IRS Criminal Investigation folks stop reviewing the numbers and start interviewing the people behind the numbers, the case has entered a very different stage. Dave Klasing, tax attorney, CPA.